Irish coffee. As long as we've had tea and we've had coffee and we'd have alcohol, people have been putting alcohol into tea and coffee. So where do we get Irish coffee from? Well, it was invented by a gentleman by the name of Joe Sheridan, who was the head barman in Shannon Airport. Many, many years ago, after World War II, transatlantic flight became popular. But because of the distances they had to travel, they always had to stop at Shannon Airport for refueling. So the passengers would disembark, and Joe Sheridan, inside in the bar in Shannon Airport, felt that the Americans would like coffee more than tea, and also that they had a sweeter tooth. So what he would do is he would heat a glass, he would put a spoon of brown sugar into the bottom of the glass, he would pour some coffee on top of that, stir it up, and put in a shot of Jameson whiskey, and on top of that he would just float some cream, and hence the Irish coffee was born. Now that became very, very popular in Ireland and abroad, but who pioneered the Irish coffee in America was a bar in San Francisco, believe it or not, in Fisherman's Wharf, called the Buena Vista. And to this day, they produce 2,000 or 3,000 Irish coffees every day, a little bit more than me. So, but now I'll just show you how we make an Irish coffee here. Well, first of all, we use a glass like this because it's a more heavier, dense glass, and it will retain the heat. If you use, which you can use just a long stem wine glass, but it won't retain the heat as good. So this glass has been heated up with some water. Just give it a rinse again. As I said, this will just hold the heat inside in the glass. Now, to that glass we will add 1 heaped teaspoon of sugar, and then we will add our coffee. There is no exact measurement of coffee. I always like to bring it to maybe within just about an inch of the top of the glass, just to leave room for the whiskey and the cream, the most important parts. So I stir there to dissolve the sugar. And after that I won't stir anymore, because if the liquid is swirling around all the time and you try to float the cream on top, you just suck down the cream. Anybody who's tried to make Irish coffees before knows the pitfalls. So we add in our Jameson, and on top of that, for safety reasons, a lot of people use a spoon. They hold the spoon up like that, and they pour the cream on top of the back of the spoon to allow the cream to float rather than to plop into the Irish coffee. But I'll be a little braver today, and we'll just try and pour.
So you don't stir the whiskey in it, or
I just leave it in there. Oh, I'm sorry. But and that's your Irish coffee.